internalizing your warrior consciousness. Okay, and I want you guys to check out a couple things. First of all, the thumbnail is Bailey Nut, and that's the exact spot at my carport by my door that I had that cat 10 years ago. And they said it was even longer than 10 years ago. It was like 2012. So it's even longer than 10 years ago. But she's back. So that's very, very significant. Very significant. Okay. We have internalizing the warrior consciousness. If you go to Chosen Chronicles and you listen to the latest video, which is higher
star seeds on Gaia.
Star seeds, a hidden message has been transmitted to you. And it says, and there's the cat telling you it's true, listen, listen. Okay, and then it says your DNA is being activated, and where it's being activated is the warrior consciousness. Okay, so the warrior song, you can check it out. I don't know the band, I just know the song. And my mission partner, that's his favorite song, and he used to crank it. And it's the warrior consciousness melody. So I want you to listen to the melody. And even if you don't understand the words and you can't find the words, do the best you can to listen to the words. On the shorts, you can catch a few of the words. You might have to follow it a few times. I'm going to go over the cards. The Warrior song, and then it said AES-VIS. So I put that on there. And I could check all this out. I could check out who sang it, what year, etc. But it's not for me to do that. It's not that important for me to do that here. In Astro, we are checking that song out majorly, but not here in the physical. I can just listen to it and enjoy it. In my physical avatar, they are activating us. I had a lot of leg pain from the back down, your sciatic nerve, all the way down to your feet. Yesterday, it was like I had run a marathon. Okay, and when you run a marathon, maybe the next day you feel kind of off. Your legs are kind of like you feel like you run a marathon, right? So that's how I felt yesterday. So every day is different. Every day we get different symptoms. We've went through a dark night of the soul, and some of you may still be going through it. And we're learning our karmic lessons, and some of you are still going through that. I don't think it ever completely ends, but it does end. We are guided toward our destined path, and that's what we're doing. We're having our warrior consciousness being awoken. And what that entitles is every single lifetime that you've lived, that warrior consciousness, good DNA is being activated in you right now. So if you were the Virgin Mary in your past life, all of that warrior consciousness that she went through would be activated now in her physical avatar, wherever she is in her physical avatar. So the ancestors are helping you, and that's why I'm on here today talking about warrior consciousness, you might never even have heard of it. You might have heard the song The Warrior, and you might have felt that you were a warrior in the past, but we're talking about the warrior consciousness. That's that consciousness that says, I'm going to complete my mission no matter what it takes. I'm going to stay faithful. I'm going to stay true. And in each one of your lives, you have done that. You have failed in a lot of them, and that's where the karmic lessons and the dark night of the soul come in, because those failures, you got back up and you came back into the earth school and you're going through it again. Okay, so deceptions, betrayals, and lies are not only from the enemy, but they're also from, again, what I told you. I'm drawn to the black and the white, like on my shirt, and the kitty just jumped up here. That's black and white. Okay, we have good in us, we have bad in us. We have failed, we have succeeded. Okay, we're the black sheep outcast for a reason. Okay, there's a reason why it's called black sheep outcast. And if you don't know what that means, you got to look this stuff up. I'm not here to school you. I'm here to tell you the energy. I want you to school yourself. Okay, so the deception, the betrayals, and the lies, that's what we're cleaning up. Whether it's in us or whether it's in society, right? It doesn't matter. It's what we're doing. It's all about the dark. Your dark and your light need to be balanced out. You are duality. You are dual. And some of you don't get that. You're either all demon or you're all light. And you're actually both. You're a black sheep outcast, and you need to balance them and finish the mission. Because the mission is all quantum. And the mission, you can't lie. You can't get away with anything. So you have to be your true authentic self. That's why us light workers, us healers, us empaths are doing it now. Where light worker doesn't mean you're all light. It means you're balanced. Healers don't mean that you're some kind of a magician. It means you're using your power to heal. And your empath, you're feeling everything. I have to put up so many blocks, and last night in Astro I had to say STOP, stop, so many times, because you feel everything. You know, a lot of you can't even walk into a pet store. A lot of you can't even take walks around the block anymore. I'm with you 100%. It is like, I don't even want to go to the grocery store. I don't want to go anywhere. And we need to get out of that, but we can't get out of that until we get more and more of the evil gone. You're going to be feeling lighter soon, okay? Just hold tight. I know that's hard to understand, but it is getting lighter. Now, when we were dumbed down, we didn't feel as much. I remember saying to somebody, boy, 20 years ago, I could walk into a pet store, I could give away free kittens, I could do so much. And now that I'm not dumbed down, you just feel everything. And I know you guys know what I'm saying. Okay, so divine justice on the players. That was the last two cards out, and that's what I just got done saying. We have to get rid of the player energy. We have to get rid of the energy that's evil, that's narcissistic, that's the betrayals, the lies. Yeah, even the categories. Okay, and that's where divine justice is playing out. Universal law. It's all playing out. So The Warrior song is a really good one to crank, and I know a lot of you have never heard it, so I think it's going to be really a fun assignment for you. Look at this hairdo. Yeah, I think it's going to be a really fun assignment for you. Okay, then we had the Four of Cups with the Ace of Diamonds. And what I'm getting off of this is that you're going towards your abundance, your Ace of Pentacles, and you're also going towards marriage. This card is screaming marriage. So whatever that is, it could be marriage to a new project. It could be marriage to your mission partner and you doing a great service for the next assignment. It could be you and your new soulmate or twin flame. But it's Ace of Pentacles with the Four of Cups, and that's what I'm reading off of them too. Then we had the two sixes, the Six of Wands and the Six of Swords. And that's just telling me that you're moving on from, you heard me stall there for a minute. You're moving on from the past. It's a victory card. It's a badass success, Six of Wands, with a moving forward, Six of Swords. It's moving on to success. 6-6, I was born in 6-6. Then we had another four, the Four of Pentacles with the Ten of Diamonds, and that's just screaming out abundance. It's just saying that everything that you wanted. The Four of Diamonds sometimes can be the miser card, so you don't have to be a miser no more. If you want to buy that $5 bottle of, I don't know what you can even buy for $5 anymore. We better go up to $50 bottle of perfume, right? You can do it. I like perfume. One of them that I didn't buy and I wanted to buy, and it was even cheap and I didn't buy it, was Taboo. I love Taboo. And, you know, now it might be $50, and when I see it again, it doesn't matter. I'm buying it because Taboo and Obsession. I bought Obsession instead, and I figured, well, I'll just wait on the Taboo. Well, Taboo and Obsession are very close, but again, they're not the same. So we're going towards our abundance where we don't have to be miserly. If we want to buy it, we're going to buy it. Okay? We're going to be authentic. We're going to be true. We're going to do what we want to do instead of having to live this slave matrix type of life. Okay? Now, I wanted to go a little bit further with these cards, and addictions and loss of job were next, and toxic friends, and then judgment. So if we went a little bit deeper, you're going to lose your job, your addiction's going to take over because you're not leaving your toxic friends, and God's not having no more part of it. So if you're still in your addictions, like I said yesterday, depends if you're doing the work or not. Loss of a job due to your addictions and your toxic friends, you're for sure being demoted in astral. So whether you keep your job here and your toxic friends and your addictions and you think you're getting away with something, you're not, because you definitely got demoted in astral. And I'm more concerned about astral than I am here, but it is important to talk about here because a lot of you do have jobs, a lot of you do have toxic friends, a lot of you do have addictions that you're just not addressing. And we had universal law and judgment here as the main energy, with your warrior consciousness is being upgraded. So, you know, then we had the King of Wands, and that's because you're letting the ego run the show. And then we had the last four. So we had all fours come out. This is the Four of Swords. You're not healed, and you letting your ego run the show. And that was the last part of yesterday's video where I said, for you that are not doing what you're supposed to be doing and flipping off the universe, Sun in reverse was the card. So this is just a repeat of the ending of yesterday's energy, and it's continuing on today. It's saying, okay, now in Astro last night, we went through a upgrade, and on your physical avatar, you're going to feel this shit, and it's your DNA being activated to your warrior consciousness. So it doesn't matter what level you're on, your warrior consciousness is being activated. But unfortunately, if you're still in your addictions, like when I came here as a high priestess that was drunk, had an alcohol problem, what happens there is you just get into a lot of trouble. You do a lot of this player energy, and it's a lot of deceptions, betrayals, and lies. And we don't want that, okay? We want to go to the next level. So that's why we have to get rid of our addictions. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and shuffle a brand new deck. We'll go ahead and use the Nordic deck. Randomly at the bottom was the Wisdom card. So, you know, be wise. You can sit here and flip the universe off all you want. You can sit in that corner and snicker, I hear you. But it don't matter. It don't matter to me. The universe is more powerful than you ever are, and you're getting activated no matter if you want to or not. And for us that are doing it, it's awesome. Little painful in the physical avatar, I must admit, but it's fun. It's great. And your 5D partner, your actual twin flame, they wanted me to tell you, is right on top of you. Always. And believe me, I can feel mine. Okay, so we've got, the time is up because it's in reverse. Time is up. So everything I just got done saying about you're on that certain level, you're on the highest timeline, we've shifted, but whatever level you're on, you're being activated in your warrior consciousness. So if you have lots of addictions and you're letting the ego run the show, that's where you're going to be time's up. That's where the betrayals, the lies are going to come to a halt. Quantum's kicking in. God's judgment and universal law are kicking in. Okay, I'm drawn to those thunder and lightning off this card. I can hear it and see it. Okay, so time is up. Your abundance is coming in. So focus. Don't be too sensitive, okay? Concentrate on your home. And get more connected in Astro, because the Dreams card was in reverse. And this is my card, my Astro card. So it's just saying that you may be too focused on physical, on a new home. You might be too focused on a new home or on the home you're in. And you need to dream more and put it into Astro more. It says the ancestors are helping you, right? And it says guided toward your destined path and purpose. So they go together. You have to have an equal balance between house and astro. Okay? And this is all about transformation. So everything I'm telling you about this energy right now is because you're going through a major transformation. It says make a wish, and your past loved ones are with you. That's just what I just got done saying. And then it says astro again. This is communication coming through music and astro. Astro is where the music comes from because we're working on these songs, and then they have them find it and put it on here for you. Top of the deck, we're just going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. 5 is change, and we'll give you your last warning, okay? They're all in reverse, and the reason they're in reverse is because this is a warning. So the warnings are on your change, maybe a train, maybe there's somebody going, I have to go off here and listen to what they're saying. Somebody may be on a train, and that's your warning to be careful of the people on the train. There's a lot of toxic people on the train. Okay, that was a special message for someone. Okay, now we have change is in reverse. Transition is in reverse. Your inner child is holding you back from changing. Something to do with your past, something to do when you were a child, some kind of childhood trauma that you have not taken care of because you have no confidence in anybody, okay? You have zilch confidence. You don't want to tell anybody. You've been really patient with it, but your patience has ran out. And what's happening is by you not confiding in somebody, you've confided in astro. I've heard you've confided to your guides in astro, but you have to do it in your physical avatar. Okay, so that reminds me of in AA, we had a 4th and a 5th step that nobody wanted to ever take because we had to admit to somebody what our blockages were, what our inner child mess was, etc. And so many people didn't want to do it because they didn't have confidence in anybody in AA. They just, I'm not telling my secrets. I'm going to take them to the grave, right? Well, now when we're in the real transformation, that was like kindergarten. Now that we're getting our DNA activated and we're in our warrior consciousness energy, it's coming back to bite you in the ass because you still got your inner child wounds and you didn't take care of them. The people that never went to AA, they've probably never dealt with their inner child wounds because who's going to just go to a counselor? No way. They're all CEOs and they're all running their show. They're famous. They're whoever they are, and they're not going to admit that they have any inner child. That was nice about AA because we could work the steps no matter what group you are in. You could be homeless, you could be a doctor, and you all work the same steps. And that's why I love AA. And if you did a thorough 4th and 5th step, you went on to 6 and 7 and had God remove them because you were humble enough to let God remove them. The AA program, I can't say enough of how good it is. Best thing on earth. I think that's the only reason I came back. No, it wasn't, and you know that. Now is why. But I had to go through everything I went through to get to here. So you have to get some confidence and talk to somebody and try to figure out your inner child because the patience has ran out. Now what's going to happen is I can see why the toxic friends and the addiction card came up and the loss of a job is because that's what's going to happen when you haven't dealt with your inner child. When you don't deal with these steps, these people that didn't deal with 4th and 5th step because they're not going to tell anyone their dark secrets, right? They're not going to go through a dark night of the soul. What did they do? They ended up relapsing. Yeah. So whether you're in AA or whether you're not in AA, it's all the same. It really is. It's all the same. It's just different circumstances. So, okay, there was your warning. Get some help. Get that shit out so that you can be clean. Go through that dark night of the soul. If you've already done all this stuff like I have, then you just try to help others with their spiritual disease. You just try to help others and know that any physical symptoms you're getting is from the upgrade. And jam out to the Warrior song today. I love you guys. I am Miss Mystic. Thank you for listening.